Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Right on, and welcome. For the third time, we have one of my favorite guests, Mr. Susan. Welcome back to the show, guys. So, brand new album, guys, a popularity contest. Like I said, when you let me know about it, I listened to the whole thing through, and like saying it off air, I was really blown away. I mean, I'm a big fan of you guys' stuff to begin with, but you guys really outdid yourself with this one. And already, from the New Music Society crew, you've been getting like a lot of props for this album. Like a lot of people are like this and checking it out.
That's very nice. That's very nice to hear. Yes.
So my first question about this album is you have like a lot of like little we'll call like intros or like little kind of like quick, well, maybe even excerpts if you want to call them, like 10 seconds. What kind of made you guys think to do that for the album? Was it some sort of like just a little filler, or just have these little things so you know it sound better as a quick 10-second blurb or that sort of thing?
Well, yeah, just we want to make it sound like an album. It's like an album that you sit and listen to all the way through, rather than this kind of iTunes nonsense now where people just listen to like one or two tunes and don't listen to the rest of the album. So it was meant to be an album. So we kind of decided we've
done it for print on LP as well.
Yeah, so it kind of goes with the theme of the album as well. It's kind of a concept album. So
the tracks that didn't make it.
Yeah, we had some stuff left over, so we chopped them up and made them into little snippets of stuff.
You know, like when you make too much spaghetti bolognese, yeah? You put some in the freezer.
Well, that's definitely one way of putting it. Did you? Are you guys maybe thinking, since there's a lot? I know you made little snippets out of some of the stuff that didn't make the album, but are you guys thinking like maybe like that stuff will stay in the cutting room floor and we'll save it for like later on, or are you just going to completely just say, you know what, forget it, we're done with those?
Both of the songs could be, well, probably are when we play live 2 full songs. So yeah, we may or we may not use them later on and make full songs of them. We'll see. Depends. If we've got plenty of other stuff, we might leave it. Let's see.
Right on. Now, with pretty much not just the production of the album, but the arrangement of it. I mean, if it must have taken you guys a while to put this together. I mean, just from my own ears, the complexity I heard throughout the album, it must have taken a while and maybe a few headaches here and there trying to get it put together.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Oh, long enough.
I don't know, some songs.
Yeah, no, it depends. There was a couple of tunes on the album that came together very shortly before we went into the studio, so they were a lot easier. Which is probably the more straightforward. The first track, Popularity Contest and Blue Cow were the two that we probably came up with towards the end, just before we went into the studio. So they were fairly straightforward, but the rest probably took quite a bit longer.
You know, and the one song actually that you did have ready when I talked to you last for the Belladonna combination was Bathrobe and Towels.
That's right, yeah.
And that song, out of a lot of songs that have come up so far that people have heard and listened to, that is probably by far one of the favorites. I know it's one of my favorites, and it has been since the first time I heard it. So
we also, since the original version that we sent you, we had a very talented lady come and play some viola, a lady called the Dire Sister come and, Dear Sister is the correct way to pronounce it. Yeah, not the Dire Sister. The Dear Sister is the correct way to pronounce it. She's added some viola to a couple of the tracks and added like a little bit more of a dimension to it as well. So yeah, that although that was more or less, you know, a run, there was some bits added from the version that we sent you.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's good that you mentioned that because I was actually going to ask about some of the added stuff in there. But the one thing that it's always point out every time I play one of your songs on New Music Saturday, not just by my co-host, but just the fans listening, is just the musicianship that you guys have. People always comment on how tight of a band you guys are. It's just one of those things that.
That's very nice of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, think of it from.
We practice a lot. Yeah, we practiced. We just been rehearsing, and we were a total shambles. So yeah.
Well, from our perspective, you know, it sounds like you guys are just one of those things. You almost easily connect together.
Well, I think we all listen to one another, and there isn't any one person sort of showboating more than anyone else. Let's put it that way.
You know, and we've all got beards.
But you know what? Just to get to our first song here, and we are going to play Bathrobe and Towels, but was that live gig you did. I'm trying to remember what bar it was at, but you guys sent me the link for the video on YouTube, and that was.
Oh, yeah, that would have been the road trip. The road trip and the workshop, which we're going to be launching the album at actually in April, on 1st of April.
All right, and you know what? And it's cool because that's probably a thing I told you before. At this point in time, probably the closest thing you're gonna be able to see you live. So it was cool for me to see that because it's like, oh, now that's what they play like live. I mean, there is a live album out on your Bandcamp as well, but no, it's more of a more interesting to see you guys actually just play and sing, not just hear the songs live. You know, you just wanted to kind of see how the stage performance works.
Yeah, no, it's nice to watch live music. Live music is very good. Everyone should watch more live music. Should be more people at gigs instead of sitting at home on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I personally get to as many as I can around here, and there's the London scene, London, Ontario scene is starting to go bigger now, so there's more and more bands coming out, so I'm starting to go to a lot more, which is nice, because before, it was like a lot of places become stagnant, you had to run in the mill bands, they all sound the same, so it's like, I'm not really hearing anything new, and, you know, I've already seen these guys a few times, and just like, it's alright, it's something to do on a Friday night, but... And we just lost connection, so what we're going to do is going to get to Bathrobe and Towels right now, like we said we're going to do, and then we'll try to get them back on the line. So until then, we'll be right back. This is Bathrobe and Towels, Mr. Susan.
I am a guy with a high school education, and I wasn't a very good student. I am from the minimum wage working world. That was what I was doing before I joined Black Flag. I was earning $3.50 an hour scooping ice cream and taking inventory and making the nightly deposit at a Haagen-Dazs in Washington, D.C. I am basically equipped to park your car, sweep up after your pet, and put fries in a bag as you drive by a box on the side of a Wendy's. Young person, you'll find in your life that sometimes your great ambitions will be momentarily stymied, thwarted, marginalized by those who were perhaps luckier, come from money, where more doors opened, where college was a given. It was not a student loan. It was something that Dad paid for. To where an ease and confidence in life was almost a birthright, where for you, it was a very hard climb. Okay, that happens all the time.
Mr. Susan, bathrobes and towels, and yes, we have them back on the line. Just had a little technical bump there, but we're good now. So, like you said, just before we got to the song, that there was VO in the song, and like a few other songs as well. And I noticed, well, that besides that, the one thing I noticed too is that the song seemed a little bit longer, but but the way the bridge was kind of drawn out, it sounded a lot cooler, like a lot more like polished and finished.
Yeah, that'd be the production, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think it's actually any longer, but it's kind of with the the extra bits and pieces, the viola and stuff. It's probably, we may have changed some bits and pieces. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest.
Solo might be a bit different.
Yeah, the solo may be slightly different on the end. That's probably what that is.